What's up everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sebastian, and in today's video we're going to be covering upper body stretches and mobility for recovery. So if you're like me and you're sore today, this is going to be perfect for you. The first thing we're going to start with is arm circles, and we're going to be trying to do 20 arm circles at a medium pace going forward and backwards to start. Ready? Let's go. It's going to be perfect for getting our body nice and warm and ready for the rest of the workout. Trying to get the full circle throughout the shoulder blades. Now we're going to go reverse. Nice big circles. You might even feel a bit of a burn. The next thing we're going to do is go from ear to ear in a letter U for 5, so a total of 10. We're going to be taking our right ear to our right shoulder, and we're going to roll through, down and through to the left shoulder and ear. Breathe. You want to make sure you have good posture here. And this is going to help us release any tension throughout our upper back and neck. Good. For the next exercise, we're going to be doing 10 slow shoulder shrugs forward, nice and easy. Trying to get the full circle. What I like to do is imagine there's a clock and I am going all the way through the numbers on that clock. All the way up, forward, down, bringing the shoulders back and around. And reverse, big circles. Now we're going to move on to the next part, which is going to be using our foam roller. So if you have yours, go ahead and grab it. I'll give you a second and then we'll get into the next part. For this next part, we're going to be rolling out our thoracic spine. So pretty much mid back to upper back. And you're just going to want to take a minute and roll a few times. Personally, I like to cross my hands behind my neck. And then I'll bridge and roll. And if I notice any major tension, I'll kind of hover over the spot. For me, it's usually right underneath the shoulder blades. And then you can roll back and forth over that area. Making sure you're breathing. If you're really sore, you can take a little more time going through this part of the exercise. But you just want to roll throughout that thoracic spine. And pretty much what I like to explain is that's going to be that lower rib level, not so much hitting the lower back, okay? And then you're just going to do that nice and easy. You can roll and tilt your body to feel where there's tension. So just by tilting like this, I can tell there's a lot of tension throughout my lats and low back. Good. So for the next part, we're gonna be rolling out our lats. And this is gonna help relieve any tension throughout the lats and throughout that shoulder. For me, I tend to get a lot of tightness right underneath the shoulder blades and upper back from boxing and a lot of exercise. So you just want to take some time and feel where there's tension. You can roll over those areas and make sure you're breathing, taking a few breaths. I'm going to roll over to the other side. I like to have my palm facing upwards on this one, and then I'll post using my legs for support or even my other hand. If you're not feeling much tension, that's okay. This is still probably pretty good because a lot of times we have a lot of desk jobs, our posture might be a bit off. So go ahead and take some time and roll throughout the stretch a bit. So for me, this is a really tight area. Okay, so for the next one, we're gonna roll out our chest. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and lay down. You can still use a longer roller. You don't need to switch, but I'm gonna lay face down. And from here, I'm gonna place this around that upper chest shoulder area. And you can roll out like this. You might find this vertical way to be a bit better, but it depends. You might find that it's better to have the foam roller this way while you're rolling throughout the chest area and the front of your shoulder. And for me, I'm actually pretty sore in this area, so this is really helping. And it's almost like a bit of a workout, just being in this position in the first place. If you just get a bit tired supporting yourself, you can just rest on any spots that are a bit sore. So like here, I definitely feel tension. Okay, now we're gonna move to the other side. And you just wanna roll around, get some blood flow to those areas. So this is actually pretty tight. And again, you're gonna wanna see like which angles work best for you. And sometimes you might be more sore in the upper chest, lower chest, different areas throughout that front of the shoulder. So you just wanna kind of find where you have the most tension and hover around those areas. Even adjusting the angle of your arm sometimes help get into those areas as well. And good. Okay, so we're gonna be moving on to the next part of the video. Okay, so for the next part, we're going to be working on our stretches and mobility, more so for overall throughout the upper body. So for our first exercise, we're going to open up the chest. So we're going to take both hands behind our back, and we're just going to stretch out the chest, okay? And you're going to want to hold this anywhere from 20 seconds to a minute. For me, I'm just going to take a few breaths because I don't have a clock in front of me. So I'm just going to take maybe about 5 to 10 breaths throughout each hold or stretch that we do. So just follow along. If you want a deeper stretch, you can lean a bit forward. But this is going to be perfect. Really drawing the shoulders back, opening up the chest. And release. Another version that we can do for this one is taking both arms behind us. And the further away your hips are from your shoulders, the harder this will be. You can stay here and breathe for a few breaths. Rock side to side a bit. Good. Okay, for the next exercise, we're going to be doing what you can call thread the needle. So for this is going to help loosen up our upper back and our spine and our shoulders. So we're going to go on all fours. You're going to come through, trying to get the shoulder to the mat, and you're just going to breathe and hold this twist throughout the upper back for a few breaths. And anywhere from 20 seconds to a minute is going to be perfect. And switch. We're going to go to the other side. And slowly come back up. Perfect. And for our next exercise, we're going to be doing a tricep stretch. So we're going to take our left arm behind us, having good posture, and you can lean a little bit here to get a deeper stretch. And we're just going to hold anywhere from 20 seconds to 30 seconds is going to be plenty. If you want to do longer for a minute, that's perfect. We're just going to take a few breaths here for demonstration purposes. Go ahead and release and switch. Good, and release. For the next exercise, we're going to be doing what you can call an eagle arm stretch or yoga pose, but this isn't my best move, so I'm just going to try my best. So we're gonna cross over like this. And again, we're just gonna hold and breathe. And I'm pretty sore, so I definitely do feel a lot of tension here throughout my shoulders, even just holding this position. So I'm just gonna take a few breaths here, and anywhere from, again, 20 seconds to 30 seconds, all the way to a minute is gonna be plenty. And go ahead and switch. And release. So for the next exercise, we're gonna be stretching out our neck. So from here, I'm gonna take my right arm behind. I'm gonna gently place my hand on the back of my head, and I'm gonna tilt down, looking down at the ground. And here I'm just gonna breathe for 5. And go ahead and switch. And release. Good. So hopefully by now you're feeling a lot more relaxed and you're feeling more loose throughout your upper body. So for the next part, we're going to be using a band. If you don't have a band, it's okay. If you have a towel or anything like that, or a stretch band, it could even be one of the ones that are circular loop. That's perfect. But for this one, I'm going to lie face down. And from here, what I want to do is just grab the band around shoulder width apart, and now I'm going to open up to that lower chest, and from here I'm just going to breathe and hold. And same thing, anywhere from about 20 seconds to 30 seconds, even a minute is going to be perfect. And if you want to continue to do your pull aparts like this for several reps, you can. It really helps open up the chest and the shoulders, also strengthening your back muscles and rear delts to be able to even open the band itself. And different bands are going to have different amounts of tension. And if you haven't done any band work before, it's definitely something you're going to want to add into your routines. They can definitely help you strengthen the body if you don't have any dumbbells or weights. Resistance bands are perfect for still getting very good exercise. And we're going to do one more for a 10-second hold. Time. For the next exercise, we're still going to be using the band, and we're going to be doing some external rotation for our shoulder mobility. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of hovering around my knee level, and this is going to be my support, and from here I'm going to open up, and you can hold, or you can go through some internal and external rotation stretches here, just pulling the band. And for me, I can feel a lot of tightness here, but it makes sense because I did an upper body workout just a couple days ago. So this is perfect for me. 9 and 10, and now I'm gonna hold and breathe for about 10 seconds. Good. Now I'm gonna switch. So I'm taking an under grip on this part. This hand is just my support or my stationary arm. And here, I don't feel as much tightness in this shoulder. So you wanna take into account, like through bodily awareness, like, all right, what is tight? What is more loose? And overall, so that way when you continue to stretch and improve your mobility, you have a mental and awareness of your improvement over time. A little bit of mind-body connection. And I'm gonna hold. This is pretty challenging. Perfect. Go ahead and shake that out. And now we're gonna be moving on to the next part. If you're following along, thank you. And I'm hoping this helps you. Okay, so now we're gonna be going into our cool down. So we're gonna go ahead and get into child's pose. And again, we're just gonna take a few breaths here. Anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute is perfect. You can go ahead and rock side to side. Feeling where there's any tension throughout the spine or body. I'm gonna place my left arm a little outside my body, and I'm gonna put my right hand on top just to stretch out my lat on my right side a bit more and my shoulder. I'm gonna breathe for 3. Good. Now I'm gonna move over to the right side, placing my left hand on top. And same thing, you're gonna feel a much deeper stretch. And I'm gonna breathe for 3 again. I'm gonna come back center. A few more seconds here. Good. Now we're gonna come to the seated position. Now we're gonna go ahead and fold forward, but I'm gonna be placing my hands behind me. Go ahead and bring them forward. And for here, I'm not overly stretching. I'm just letting wherever my elbows fall, that's as far as I'm gonna stretch while I'm bending at the waist, trying to stay tall. Good. Awesome. So for the last part, it's going to be optional. If you have a Theragun, you can use it. But now I just want to finish with using a Theragun or a Hypervolt. Any one you might have would be perfect. And from here, we're just going to take our last few minutes to go ahead and go throughout the upper body area. So for me, the first part I'm going to be hitting is my chest and shoulder area. I'm trying to mainly remember where I had most tension throughout the stretches, and then I'm going to be covering those areas and going over them again. So for me, it was this front part of my delt or my anterior delt and chest, a bit of the upper chest, not so much my lower chest. And you can just take a few seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the other side. Good. Now I'm gonna go into my lat area. Some spots are a bit hard to reach, so just try your best. Into the tricep area. Going into the biceps. I was doing some curls, so the biceps are a bit sore. Good. I'm gonna go to the other side. Moving into my tricep area. And just a few seconds, just going throughout the body, wherever you felt most sore, preferably. Like this area right here on my bicep, still pretty sore, so this hurts actually, but it's a good pain. Time. Alright friends, that wraps up today's upper body routine. Don't forget to take some time, foam roll, stretch those muscles, give your body what it needs to perform at its best. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to follow for more tips. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.